When you're recording video that's going to be seen by other people, you might be concerned about how you look on camera. Now, you don't have to spend a lot of money or have some crazy equipment to look great. I'm going to give you some tips on lighting, on sound, on the positioning of your camera, on the background, all things to make you look great. All right, so first, the lighting. I have a window in front of me with sunlight coming through. That's the best. If you don't have that though, it's okay. Just take an ordinary lamp and place it on the desk in front of you. Having that single point of light in front of you shining right at you. You don't want the bright light to be behind you because you'll be backlit, your face will be in shadow, and it will be hard to see you. Having that one point of light though, it's fine, but you might look a little flat on camera. And one way to fix that is to have a second point of light to the side of you. So I have one that's a little too close to me, but I wanted to show you. It is an IKEA lamp, and you can see that it's shining on one side of my face. The other side is a little bit more in shadow. That effect really does give the impression that I'm three-dimensional. Now, if you want to go a step further and have like really professional lighting, not necessary, but if you want it, you would want to have a third point of light. It's a hair light. I'm just using the ordinary ceiling light in my room, in the office. So, yeah, that's lighting, 3 points of light, but 1 or 2 points is probably fine for this. Now, for sound. For sound, I'm using the microphone on my iPhone. That is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Just know that it's going to pick up other sounds in the room. So if your air conditioning is running, if you're recording next to your computer and your computer fan is on, even if they're quiet, that hum will be picked up on the video. Also, if there's construction outside, if there's a leaf blower, that will definitely be picked up and be highly distracting. So the best thing you can do is record in a quiet room, especially with carpeting that could help absorb some of that ambient sound. If you want to use like AirPods or some headphones that are wired, that's completely okay. Just uh, like make sure it's not the ones that are super big headphones with like a microphone coming down. That's overkill and will be very distracting. If you do want like have a podcast mic, or like, I don't think it's worth spending all that money on one, but if you have one, you can connect it to your phone. Not a lot of people know this. It requires usually an adapter that goes from USB to the jack for your phone, and that you can find in an ordinary like Apple store. Once you connect it to your phone, your external mic will automatically be picked up and you can just go ahead and use it. All right, so now in terms of how do you position your camera on your desk? Well, if you have a tripod, that's preferable. I have one that cost me $20 from Target. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon. I like the ones that you can kind of tilt, so that you become level on camera if you're not. Now, if you don't have a tripod, that's fine. Just prop up your phone on a shelf, maybe use some books to get the right height. I like it so that either the lens is eye level with me or maybe a little bit below my eyes, but that part is really personal preference. Just make sure that you are always maintaining eye contact with the lens on the camera. If you are reading a teleprompter, it's okay to glance down once in a while, but try to look at the lens as much as you can. All right. So, oh, and by the way, if you do prop up your phone on a shelf, just make sure you're not blocking the microphone on your phone, because then it will be really hard to hear you. All right. Now, in terms of positioning of your face on the screen, you want to make sure that your face is like towards the top part of the screen. This is especially helpful for things like McCoy, where you have captions on the bottom. You don't want those captions to block your face. Um, McCoy does offer a tool to help you position yourself. You want to make sure that your face is in the box, so you have to do this until it's there, and then you're ready to go. McCoy will also warn you if you are holding your phone and it's kind of shaky. When you're holding your phone, even if you have a steady hand, it's still going to be picked up and it's very distracting. So instead, make sure that you have your phone set down on your desk. If you don't, McCoy will warn you about it. All right, and then lastly is your background. Now, I don't have a particularly interesting background, but it's real, it's not a virtual background. One thing I do like about it is that there's some depth. I'm not like filming right up against the wall. If I was recording against the wall, I probably would want to have something visually interesting behind me, like maybe a piece of artwork or picture that's like partially on the screen. Um, Nothing like too crazy. You don't want your whole background filled up with photos. That's way too distracting. All the different virtual backgrounds that McCoy offers are great. It really does bring the focus to you and what you're saying. If you are not comfortable being directly on camera, or if you're talking about something complex, I invite you to create a custom background, maybe with some bullets, or let's say you worked on an article and you want to show the article. If you have that custom background, you can always like kind of move away to show what's behind you, or there's a picture-in-picture option in McCoy to bring your face on camera down into the corner so that they can easily see your bullets. The last thing you want to do though is to have a virtual background with nothing in it, and then have the picture-in-picture in the corner. That will look really awkward. So that's it for the lighting, the sound. I hope this really does help you, and feel free to reach out with other questions if you run into some other type of problem. We're happy to help.